Testing. 1, 2,
Beer
3.
low.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. How about you? Are you echoing or anything on your end?
Nope.
Hmm. Turn you up a
So,
little bit.
so what's your laptop for, by the way?
I use my laptop to stream. So what I do is I play the game on my desktop and I send all of the audio and video over my router uh, through LAN area network to my laptop, and my laptop
The only thing
covers
is, oh
all
sorry.
of the streaming that's done, so that my desktop is just focused on playing the game, and my laptop is focused on doing the streaming.
Okay. You just sound like you're a little further away from your mic. That's it, though.
Hmm. How about now? How's that?
That sounds normal now.
Okay. Yeah, I have the other microphone a lot closer to my mouth now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this headset sounds good, honestly. So far, I like it so far.
Yeah, you don't seem to be cutting in and out. Um, my
No,
CPU usage is only at 6%. I'm technically streaming right now, but it's
oh yeah, I see it on YouTube right now. Yeah, I see it
yeah,
on YouTube.
yeah. I was just trying to recreate the same settings that we had going on yesterday,
Okay.
but I'm also not playing the game either.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to bring the game up and see if you still sound. So maybe you're right. Maybe it was you.
Yeah, because you were not the only person to tell me this either. Someone in WoW Classic, Guildy in Discord told me the same thing. So
Well, see, the reason I was thinking it was me was because Warlord was cutting in and out as well. So maybe he just has issues
okay, he was
too.
okay. Okay. Hmm. So question. So once you level the FC up, then what's your plan after that? Like I thought you were going to you were transferring to Crystal or something.
I'm not transferring. I already have my characters on Crystal. um,
Okay.
I have a plans for making a bunch of other characters. Um, and I might transfer them all back to so how it is right now is I already got an account full of already have 8 characters on my one account on Crystal, and I have a second account in which I have another 8 characters on Crystal. Um,
Jesus Christ.
and then I have those same 16 characters recreated across both accounts on Ragnarok, and I'm thinking of transferring those characters to Crystal, and then I'm thinking about
Okay.
creating 15 more uh, different characters on Ether.
Why so many characters?
I just like leveling characters. Um, so I'm thinking about creating
I mean, isn't that,
15 more on Ether, and then once I get them all leveled up, I might transfer them all over to Crystal as well.
aren't you planning on doing Savage at some point or no?
Yeah, I mean I'm doing Savage. I started Savage this tier, but because Final Fantasy VII Remake came out during Savage, I got distracted with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. If I'll even do Savage. Honestly, it's gonna be a learning curve. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I might start with Pugs or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean it's fine to practice just to kind of get a feel of how difficult it is, so you know what to expect. But I'm kind of getting tired of the pug life. I'd much rather form a static and just kind of have 1 day or 2 days
I
a
don't blame you.
week that I commit to raiding, rather than because when I was doing pug life just recently, like I was spending all day trying to clear through pugs, and now that I have a job, I can't afford to do that. So I'd much rather have
Okay.
a static group that I just play with two or three
Yeah.
times a week.
I mean, because the biggest difference with Savage is you can't fuck up at all. Like there's nothing to bail me out of fuck ups like there is with WoW. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be a like in WoW. Like if I'm saying something that's gonna kill me, I can always use an immunity.
I
In
see.
Final Fantasy, I don't think I can do that. If I stand in shit, I die. There's no exception.
Pretty much, yeah. Can't stand in shit.
And plus, I'm playing a much slower class than what I'm used to. So okay, just yeah, it's like hmm. Still there?
Yep.
Okay, I was just to make sure my end's still working. Nice. I still think you and Rosal had good podcasts. Honestly, I kind of miss those.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I thought we had something good going too, but yeah.
I just feel like I'm responsible for you guys splitting up. Honestly,
No,
I feel like I'm responsible.
no, you're just the nail. You're just the straw on the camel's back. Some of the issues I already explained some of the issues I was having with you in Discord back when I was on Discord.
Yeah.
I, I was starting to get the vibe like it wasn't like an equal. It wasn't like an equal setting. I was starting to get the vibes of like it was. It was like I was like his employee, and I didn't. That's not what I was trying to do. Um,
I
like
mean,
I would always write out the outlines, and he wouldn't really add much to them. He would just go by the outline. So I guess in that sense, I was like a director, you know.
I feel like you guys would have. I feel like you guys would have had a good discussion on Seven Remake because you guys have very divisive opinions about it.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you love it and he hates it.
Exactly. Yeah. So
So
I
that would have
wrote.
been a hell of a podcast, honestly.
Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to that, and then I actually wrote out an outline for it, and it was one of the biggest outlines I'd written that thus far for that. And he kind of just ghosted me for almost a month, and then when he came back, he was like, "Hey, people are wanting us to do a podcast." I was like, "Cool."
Well, he keeps
Like,
telling me. Well,
I have
well,
I have this giant outline for Seven Remake, and then he was like, "I don't want to talk about Seven Remake. I want to talk about what was it? He wanted to talk about something had happened at Twitch or something, or no, it was about The Last of Us. That's right, politics in The Last of Us. Yeah.
Have you seen the plot for The Last of Us 2?
Yeah.
Without spoiling it, because I might give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of it?
I mean, it's not. I didn't play the first one, so I'm not as invested into the characters as some people are. So what's happening with The Last of Us 2 right now is you've got. Sorry, I'm kind of doing two things at once. You've got the developers who want to tell their story, and then you've got the players that want the story to be told to them in a particular way. Those, and I think it was what we were talking about yesterday. Those aren't really things that you can. You can't really force a developer to negotiate that.
Well,
Like you can negotiate
here's
game mechanics. You can't really negotiate story. Like that's their art. It's like telling. It's like telling Leonardo da Vinci how he should have painted the Mona Lisa. Like it's not up to you. So when it comes to the overall grading, even though I disagree, even though it's not my style of story, from what I've heard of it and from what I know of it, It's not a 0 out of 10. The only reason it's getting review bombed is because then you have dipshit like professional critics giving it perfect scores. So you have this extreme polarity that's just that they're both bullshit, right? Like people who are voting at 0 are dumb, and people who are calling it 10 for 10 are just shills. You know, like at best, I think
Last of Us
it's
2 is
probably an 8.
it's like in Last of Us 2 is definitely not a 0 out of 10. I've seen the
Yeah.
gameplay; it looks fun, but it's not something I pay $60 for. But like, here's the issue that I've had based on the few things I do know about it, and this is coming from the lens of somebody who has played the first game. Like I have played the first game, and, and this even comes from the director's mouth himself, by the way. So it's not just me that's saying it. It basically shatters like things that people loved about the first game. Like good example is Joel's death. I've seen the cutscene and I was pissed like at the way he died. It was bullshit. It was like honestly like it was a slap in the face of those that liked Joel, and it was it was just bad. Like it was just like you don't kill a character off like that. It's just bad way. Hold on a second, hold on. Yeah, this is a bad way to do it, you know?
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
So you played the first one and you liked it?
Yes. Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
So what was the first one to you? Well, was it like an 8 out of 10? 9 out of 10?
9 out of 9, like 8-ish, yeah.
So it was really good, you'd say.
I loved it. I paid, I think, $40-$50. Well, I played the remastered version. I didn't play the original PS3 version.
Yeah.
But, you know, with the remaster, same thing. It's just better graphics, 60 FPS on my PS4 because I never owned the PS3.
Yeah.
So that was nice. And I love the first game. The second game's graphics look fucking pretty as hell.
Yeah, see, these are, you know, the things that you're saying. These are rational things, right? Like that's the problem, and that's what completely disqualifies it from a 0 out of 10, right? Like it's got good graphics.
No, well,
the gameplay is pretty much similar, you know, like so it's not going to be drastically different.
Same as the first game,
you know. Yeah, so like as long as it's not a glitchy mess and has like literally game breaking glitches that like delete saves and shit like that, like it can't be a 0 out of 10.
Oh god,
you know.
No.
So when it comes to the critic side, the user base review bombing it, that's bullshit. But people who give it like a legitimate score, I think is fine. But I also don't think that a game, because it's a video game, we have to remember that, should be entirely judged on its story. Like that's what films and that's what books are for. Video games have this extra part of them that has to be included into the final sort of critical review of the score, and that's the gameplay aspect of it. If the gameplay was absolutely horrible and the game was a glitchy mess, then I could understand maybe giving it a 4 or a 3. But from everything that I've seen, game runs fine, looks beautiful, and in some instances is a technological sort of leap forward in terms of the console generation that it's on. So it still accomplishes things, and it needs to be given credit where credit's due. I'm a firm believer in not letting the story completely ruin the entire experience, and this is why I'm in favor of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I was like Raz. I loved everything about the story up until the end boss, and I didn't like the ghosts. I didn't like the whispers as much, and yeah, and that was really the only thing that was wrong with it.
Yeah.
But everything else that they did was pretty good. I still only gave it an 8, but I don't see anybody else complaining enough about it. But the camera is really bad in Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the lack of control options.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, and the lack of control options is really bad. So that just takes it 2 off for me. I don't think any video game released in the new millennium should have customizable controls. If your game does not have customizable controls, you have a bad game user interface guy. You need to hire somebody else. But because if I'm stuck, if X can only be what you're telling me X can be, and I can't change what X is, then that's a problem, and it needs to be fixed. So what I ended up doing is I ended up finding this weird
you sound like a monster.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What I ended up doing was I ended up finding a way to use my Steam controller through like a sort of a workaround hack through remote play on my PC, and I was able to switch up and I was able to customize my own controls. So I found a workaround, but that shit needs to be native, and any game that doesn't have customizable controls automatically gets something knocked off. And that's what pisses me off most about 7 Remake is everybody's in this hubbub about the story, and no one is talking about the actual gameplay and where it suffers.
Look, Romagus, I'm a very firm believer, and I don't give a shit how story-driven it is. Like, gameplay always triumphs a video game. It's the most important thing of a video game, and I am very, very fucking disappointed that we as a community have forgotten that. Like, this was common sense 10 fucking years ago, and not anymore. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? How, like, what has happened to us as a community? Like, and you know, another thing that pisses me off about the community is people find things to bitch about. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but people find things to bitch about. And, like, for example, I'm not sure how familiar you are with Doom Eternal, but people bitch about on the low ammo count. Well, it's there for a reason. It's there to force your ass to get good. Like, Doom Eternal, like, in my opinion, feels like a real video game that does not, like, it doesn't cater to you. Like, you have to adapt to, like even on the easiest difficulty, it forces you to be a fucking Doomslayer. I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with the Doom games. I mean, I think you're mostly a Final Fantasy person, honestly.
Mostly. I mean, I played Doom back in the day, but it was just like a one-off playthrough. I'm unfamiliar with any of the sequels, but I'm aware of its like sort of background history, like with the development and what it laid the foundation for first-person shooters, and because of that, it completely will forever have its stamp on video gaming.
Yeah, and it always will. I mean, like, because, like, here's what, you know, again, like when I hear of 7 Remake's criticism, I might hear, like, oh, Nomura's Kingdom Hearts bullshit has no place in Final Fantasy. That's all I hear most of the time.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that...
I don't...
Go ahead.
Which I don't, I don't know jack shit about Kingdom Hearts, and I have no intention of playing it right now.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I do know about Kingdom Hearts, but only the first game. I didn't really play the sequels, and I'm not too excited about it. It
sounds like... And speaking of 7 Remake, it sounds like the original game had a motorcycle chase, because I saw, like... Oh, it did? Holy shit, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think once I eventually beat 7 Remake, I might go back and give the original game a try for just for some historical context.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely suggest it. Yeah.
But I'm playing the remake first because evidently from what I hear, it's going its own direction and not exactly following the original game's story.
Yeah, not exactly, but you're getting you're getting every single big story beat, right? So it's predictable enough in that people who have played the original know what's going to happen next, but it's not predictable enough to where like you're entirely sure of how things are going to happen, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and based on developer interviews, they've said, you know, things are for the most part going to happen the way they're expected to, but there's going to be some twists in there that will keep you on your toes for the veteran players. So we're kind of in the same position. You haven't played it. You're unfamiliar with it. So even though like I know the world map and I know the different parts and stuff like that, when it comes to like the nitty gritty of like character motivations and stuff, that's where we're completely on the same level. So if you end up beating
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we're talking about like what Sephiroth wants, what Cloud wants, what Aerith wants, we're on the same level. The only advantage I would have over you would be like I know what's going to happen for the most part in the next part. Like I know what happens on that continent. I know what places we're going to go to, and I know what's going to happen. I know the things that need to occur before we head to the next continent. But that's
So
not. But that's not really set in stone.
no, cause like yeah, like I'm probably like, cause currently my focus is 14 WoW Classic and Doom Eternal. I don't know, like, but I'm not sure when I'll get to 7 Remake. It's on the radar. I just don't know like when I'm gonna dedicate time to it, cause I gotta finish off 14 at some point. That's probably what I'll be doing first. Might be taking a break from retail. It depends on my guild. I don't want them to be like I don't want to be the difference between them a 19-man rating and 20-man rating. So I'll be there for them if they need me, but I'm hoping they don't, because I'm just sick of BFA and ready for Shadowlands. So
Right on.
yeah, cause like so apparently there was a motorcycle chase in the original game. It looks like.
Yep.
All right, well, you sound better, but I actually do have some shit to do, so I'll talk to you later.
Yeah,
Man, okay?
I got to get to sleep as well. So yeah, I was gonna say, I've been running the stream. I've been playing the game. My CPU on my laptop's at 42%, and this entire conversation has been crystal clear. So shouldn't be a problem
That's
next
good.
time.
Okay.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night.
Have a good one.
You too, man.